Hello guys, welcome to the next video on shell scripting tutorial for beginners. In this video we will see how we can use if statement in our script. Now if you are familiar with any other programming language, you may know that if statement can be used to evaluate some condition, and if the condition is true then your code will be executed. Otherwise it goes into else condition or it's not executed, right? So let's see how we can use if statement in our bash script. So to use if statement in bash script, you have the basic skeleton like this. So you write if, and then in square bracket you write some conditional expression. Okay, so I'm going to just write here condition, and then you write a keyword called then, and then if the condition is true, then you perform that statement, and then if the if statement is done, then you write fi for the end of this if statement, right? So this is the basic syntax of if statement. Let's see how we can use it with some example. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to declare a variable. Let's say the variable name is count here, okay, and the value of count is, for example, 10, okay, and we want to evaluate this variable. So what I'm going to do here is in the square bracket I'm going to just write the name of my variable, and then there are some comparison operator here I can use with the integers. So for comparison, what you can you can use equality or non-equality or greater than or less than or greater than and equal to or less than equal to, right? So these are the comparison operator you can use. So I'm going to show you the list which are the operator you can use with integers. So you can see this is the list I have. So you can use with integer minus eq for equal to, minus ne for not equal to, then gt for greater than, ge for greater than or equal to, lt for less than, and le for less than or equal to. And if you want to use these angle brackets, then you need to use double parenthesis instead of this kind of square bracket. So let's use our first comparison operator, which is equal to, right? So after this count, you just need to write eq for equality, and let's compare it with, for example, 9, right? Which we know that this condition is not true because 10 is not equal to 9, right? So what we can do here is we can echo that this condition is true or false, right? In our case this is not true, so nothing will be printed, right? So let's run our code and let's see what happens. So I'm going to run our script, and it prints nothing because 10 is not equal to 9, right? But if I just use 10 here, which is the true condition, then let's see what happens. So it prints condition is true, right? In the same way we can use all these expressions which I have shown you. So for example, ne for non-equality, so ne, and let's use 9 here, which is true condition because 10 is not equal to 9, right? And once again it's going to show us condition is true, okay, and so on. So if you want to use greater than, just write gt here, gt, so 10 is greater than 9, which is true, and you will be able to see the result once again, right? So all these operators you can use to evaluate your condition in the case of integer. Let's see this angle bracket case also. So for checking whether this count variable is greater than 9 or not, we can just use this kind of angle bracket, and wherever the angle bracket opens, it has to be a bigger number in order to fulfill the condition. So let's see what is the result of this script. And it says true. And if you want to just run it with double parenthesis also, so this expression you can just use with double parenthesis and then run it, then it says true also, right? So this kind of expression you generally use with double parenthesis, right? And you have other expressions also, like greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. So let's see this expression. This is also true condition, so you will see your result here. Now for comparing the strings, you have to use for equality single equal to or double equal to. They are same. And if in the case of non-equality, you can use this kind of exclamation mark and equal symbol, or you have the angle bracket for checking the alphabetical order. Okay, so let's say our for example, we have the word, and let's say it's ABC, right? And here we can just use this square bracket once again, and then we can just write in the name of our variable, which is word, and then to check whether it's equal to whatever we are providing here. So for example, we say ABC. Let's check whether this condition is true or not, right? So let's run the script, and it says condition is true. Now let's change this comparison to, for example, some random keyword, and you can see there is no result. That means this string is not equal to the string which is in the word variable, right? So for string comparison, you use single equal to. Single equal to will also work here. So for example, I have this and single equals, and then I run the script once again, it says true. So you can use for equality single equal or double equal, which is little bit weird when you compare it with some other languages. For example, C or C++ or Java or any other language, they uses double equals for equality. But in our case, you can use single equal or double equal in scripts, right? Now you can also use not equality or non-equality for string like this. So for example, I have this string, and this condition is also true. So whenever we run the script, it says condition is true. Okay, and whenever you want to check the alphabetical order, then also you can use these angle brackets. So let's say this is A, and here we have the B, right? And let's run the script once again, and let's say what happens. So it says no such file or directory. So as we have seen in the case of integers, whenever you use these angle bracket, you need to use double parentheses, right? So whenever you use angle bracket with strings, you need to use double square brackets. That's why you see this error here, which says no such file or directory, right? So you just need to use double square brackets with string whenever you use these kind of angle brackets, right? And let's run the script once again, and this time hopefully it will run. So it runs. So keep these conditions in mind. So whenever you want to use comparison operator with integers, you can use single square bracket with these EQ on NE or GT operations. Whenever you want to use these angle brackets on integer comparison, you need to use double parentheses. Whenever you want to compare strings, you can use single equal to or double equal to for equality. And whenever you want to use angle bracket with strings, you just need to use double square brackets. Okay. Now there can be some other conditions with if. You can use else condition also with if. So let's see how we can use else condition. So you may have guessed, you just need to write else here. So just write else, and then you can just say, for example, condition is false. So if you want to use this kind of expression, you already may have guessed that if the condition is true, then it's going to go to this block after then, before else. And if the condition is false, then it's going to go to the else statement, and whatever is written between else and the end of the if condition, that code will be executed, right? So let's run the code once again, and let's say we say that A is equal to B, which is false. So else condition will be executed, right? So it says condition is false. So if the condition is not true, then the else statement code will be executed, right? Now there is another way you can use if else condition. So if you want to evaluate multiple condition, and on the basis of those multiple conditions you want to execute your code, then you can use if elif else condition. So for example, I'm checking here if the variable is a or not. So for example, I can here also write if, and then if the condition is true, this statement will be executed. Otherwise I can also write here else if condition. So just write if, and inside elif once again write then, and then here you can also write some statements. So for example, you can just write something like this. So whenever this condition is true, we will print condition, for example, B is true here, and then here we will write condition A is true, and here we need to write some once again some condition to check. So with elif also you can use these kind of conditions, and then for example we will just say A here, right? Because we are searching for A. If a word is A, then this will be printed, right? So once again run the script, and let's see what's the result is. And you can see condition A is true, which is this one, because our word variable is equal to A, which is this condition, right? So if this condition is false, then this condition will be evaluated, and if it's true, then this code will be executed. Otherwise the last option is this option in else condition. So in this way you can use if else condition, if condition, and elif condition in your script. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and bye for now.